Welcome back to session number 4 of acids, bases, and salts. Today we are going to discuss about the importance of pH in everyday life. The importance of pH in everyday life. See here, acid rain. The pH range of human body is basically between 7 to 7.8 of any human body, right? Now, when the pH of rainwater is less than the 5.6, then the rainwater is acidic in nature. When it flows in river, it lowers the pH of the river water. Keep it in mind. Basically, uh, our human body's pH value is range from 7 to 7.8, means near to neutral. 7 means neutral, and more than the 7 up to 8. So this is the range of our human body pH value. And what about the acid rain? The pH value of the rain is less than the 5.6. Then that rain is known as acid rain. And this rain, if flows into the river, it lowers the pH value of river water. Means basically the river water pH value is more than the 5.6 pH. When acid rain flows through this river, it lowers the pH value of river water. It means makes the value of pH is less than the 5.6, means maybe 5.5 or 5.4. Then the water is known as acid rain here, right? Acid rain basically we call when the pH of the rain is less than the 5.6. So due to that, aquatic life is drastically affected due to the acidic nature. Not only that, when this type of rainwater is absorbed by the plants, it affects their growth, the flowers, and the fruits they bear. Everything that depends on the rainwater will get affected when the pH value is less than 5.6. So there is a chance to ask the question based on this concept, acid rain. So when we call the rain is known as acid rain, if the pH value is less than 5.6. So the options they will give like 7, 5.6, 5.5, and 4. So the answer is less than 5.6. Is it right? The answer is less than 5.6. Due to that acid rain, so you can see here how they get affected. This what we call aquatic animals, plants, and trees, etc. Is it right? So look at here. These are the effects due to the acid rain. The sulfur dioxide emission is appears and clouds with sulfuric acid. Acid rain harms vegetation and water life. So how it happens means sulfur dioxide emission due to from the industries, and that sulfur dioxide is emitted from these industries into this atmosphere, and it will combine here with clouds with sulfuric acid, and then it rains, that is as acid rain here. Acid rains contains sulfuric acid. Now the importance of pH in tooth decay. So not only in acid rain, one more importance of pH in tooth decay is the tooth decay starts when pH of mouth is lower than the 5.5. What about the acid rain? Acid rain pH is less than the 5.6. Is for acid rain. Whereas for tooth decay, the pH value is less than 5.5. Keep it in mind. There is a chance to ask equal to 5.5, less than 5.5, greater than 5.5. So your answer is less than 5.5 for tooth decay. Whereas for acid rain is less than 5.6 or is greater than 5.6 or equal to 5.6. So your answer should be less than 5.6 but not greater than and equal to. Is it clear? Less than 5.6. Okay. So keep in mind, tooth enamel is made up of calcium what is this? Hydroxyapatite. Okay. Keep in mind. So tooth enamel is made up of calcium hydroxyapatite. a crystalline form of calcium phosphate. Crystalline means solid type, is it right? Crystalline form of calcium phosphate. That is tooth enamel. You can see here, tooth enamel is made up of calcium hypothate, hydroxyapatite, or you can say call it as calcium phosphate here. So bacteria present in the mouth produce acid by degradation of sugar and food particles remaining in the mouth after eating. So due to that, you will not brush also the food particles, and then what we call bacteria which is present in the mouth produces acid by degradation of sugar and the food particles remain in the mouth after eating. You can see here, in this way, the bacteria will release acid, and then that acid will affect the teeth. Okay, your tooth get affects by that acid, and tooth decay forms. Using the toothpaste, which are generally basic for cleaning the teeth, can neutralize the excess acid and prevent tooth decay. So they will ask, there's a chance to ask this question: how will prevent the tooth decay? By using toothpaste, because toothpaste generally we call it as a basic in nature. So whatever the amount of acid which is present in the mouth, we can neutralize by using base. Okay, base is used to neutralize acid. Okay, so the acid which is present in the mouth is neutralized by base. Example is toothpaste. Toothpaste is also basic in nature. That basic in nature substance will react with acid which is present in the mouth, and it will neutralize. Okay, so this is what we call preventing tooth decay. Preventing tooth decay. Is it clear? This is also one of the most important topic. There is a chance to ask one bit based on this. The brush and then prevent the tooth, what we call decay. So one more concept is stomach acidity. This is also very important here. Stomach acidity. The human body pH is range from 7 to 7.8 basically. So here 7.35 to 7.45 is given. Basically the range of human body is 7.0 to 7.8. Okay, you can remember this value instead of this. So what will happen? The human body's pH is from 7 to 7.8. Hydrochloric acid produced in the stomach helps in digestion of food. Due to too much production of acid, causes pain and irritation. Basically, due to the food which is present in the body, so here the hydrochloric acid will produce, and it will help us to digest our food. Okay, but sometimes what happens, if the sufficient amount of hydrochloric acid is there, means that is good for our health. Sometimes the more than the sufficient amount of hydrochloric acid will produce or released. Okay, so the production of more hydrochloric acid will cause pain and irritation. Will cause pain and irritation in the stomach. So for that, to prevent that cause of pain and irritation, we need base. The acid which is present in our body gets to neutralize by using bases. So here you can see that causing pain and irritation in the stomach. So to prevent this, the acidity in what is this indigestion problems can be controlled by adding base substances called antacids. What we call them as antacids. Basically, acids are present in the stomachs. To prevent them, we need antacids, or to neutralize the acid, we need antacids. The basic substances that neutralize the acid in the stomach are known as antacids. Example, you can see milk of magnesia. Example is milk of magnesia. Is it right? Is also known as magnesium hydroxide, MgOH taken twice. It is also known as milk of magnesia. So this is basic in nature. Basic in nature. So to neutralize the acid which is present in our body, that is hydrochloric acid, HCl, if it reacts with milk of magnesia, MgOH taken twice, gets neutralized. Okay. So it gives MgCl2 plus H2O plus or something. Is it right? Salt plus water. Salt plus water. Is it right? And this reaction is neutralization reaction. So baking soda plus lemon juice also will prevent that what we call stomach acidity. Example, magnesium hydroxide is also known as milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia is used to prevent the acidity in the stomach. And soil pH in the what we call backyard. You can see here, this is the fourth important of pH in our daily life. One is acid rain. Second one is tooth decay. And third one is what we call, third one is acid rain, tooth decay. And just before we have discussed about the pH value in stomach. So what we call stomach acidity. Stomach acidity. And the last one is soil, pH in soil. Soil pH. So these four concepts are very, very important. For acid rain, pH value is if it is less than 5.6. And for tooth decay, if the pH value is less than 5.5. And stomach acidity, if the excess amount of HCl is produced. Okay, if excess amount of HCl is produced, we need a basis, that is milk of magnesia, MgOH taken twice to neutralize it. And the next concept is soil pH. There is a chance to ask the bit on this concept. Most of the plants grow best when the pH of the soil is close to 7. Close to 7 means neutral solution. The soil is too acidic or too basic, too alkali. Basic means too alkali. The plants grow badly or do not grow at all. There is a chance to not grow any plant. The solution acidic, that is what we call soil, is either acidic or basic. Should be at least closer to the neutral solution. Is maybe less than 7 or greater than 7, but not more the value, like not more base, not completely base, or not completely acid. Should be closer to 7. Then only there is a good growth in plants, but not growing at all, or the bud not growth badly. So it should not be more basic, it should not be less acidic or more acidic. Okay, should be equal to 7 or less than 7 or greater than 7, but it should be near to neutral value. Neutral value, that is 7. pH is equal to 7. The pH is near to 7 of the soil, then there is a good growth of plants. Before, is it right? So if the soil is acidic, then it is treated with a material like quicklime. So why we have to treat with quicklime to the soil? Because quicklime reacts with acid in the which is present in the soil, and it neutralizes, and then it makes the plants to grow. So here we're adding calcium oxide, CaO, to the soil. So after, you can see here our plants grow better. So which powder or which chemical should be added to the soil to grow the plants better when it is completely acidic? So the product name is calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is used to grow the plants when the pH of soil is less than 7. pH of soil is acidic. So what we will use here, CaO, calcium oxide, is used to neutralize the soil to grow the plants better. Okay. So now self-defense of by animals and plants. Here one more concept which is very important about pH value. So far what we have discussed, first one is About pH value, importance of pH value is acid rain, and second one is tooth decay, and third one is what we call acid rain is over, tooth decay is over, and fourth one is soil is over. What about the third one? Total four things we have discussed, and the last one is self-defense by animals. This is also very important. Is it right? So self-defense by animals, how they defend by themselves, and plants as well. You can see here many animals and plants protect themselves from their enemy. What we call from their enemies, not enemy, from their enemies by injecting a painful and irritating acid. Or sometimes you can see honeybee will inject some acid to our body to get irritated. Is it right? Ants, honeybees, and animals and plants and etc. will defend by themselves, protect themselves. Is it right? So from others you can see here many animals and plants protect themselves from their enemies by injecting painful and irritating acids and bases into their skin. So honeybees will also inject some acid to our skin. You can see here. When a honeybee sting a person, it injects an acidic liquid. That is, the name of the acid is methanoic acid. Which acid is injected by the honeybee to a person? So the name of the acid is methanoic acid. What is the name of the acid? Methanoic acid. Keep it in mind. Also called as formic acid. Methanoic acid is also known as formic acid. Clear? You can see here when it stings, when a wasp sting is injects an alkaline liquid into the skin, you can see that how it forms on the skin. It means it has injected a formic acid, which is acidic in nature. The name of the acid is formic acid, is also known as methanoic acid. Okay. So then the rubbing might what we call melt base like baking soda on the stung area of the skin gives relief. It means it has injected some acid into our body. So if you rub with base, gets neutralized. Baking soda is a base substance. Rub the base, okay, on the this surface. It means it will give some relief to your hand or skin. Okay. What is the name of the base here? Baking soda. An ant stings injects methanoic acid into the skin of a person, causing burning pain. You can see we will get burning pain when it injects some acid into our body. What is the name of the acid? Again, it is methanoic acid, also known as formic acid. A traditional remedy is rubbing the area with the leaf of the dog plant, which often grows beside the nettle in the wild. So what is the name of the plant? Dog plant. Will helps us to get relief from this as well. Okay. Staining a hair of the nettle, a leaves injects methanoic acid, causing burning pain. You can see here. So this plant also staining hair of a nettle leaves injects methanoic acid. These leaves also will inject methanoic acid. Is it right? So it will cause a burning pain to us. To prevent this from what we call dog plants, a traditional remedy is rubbing the area with the leaf of the dog plant, which often grows beside the nettle in the wild. Is it right? So in the next class, we'll discuss about salt family, and then this is the last part, part number 5. We continue in the next session. Finish this chapter. Okay. So today we have discussed about complete pH importance of pH value, importance of pH value in our daily life. Acid rain, tooth decay, and then tooth enamel, and then what we have stomach acidity, and then and self defense by the animals. And then what we have discussed, there are total 5 things we have discussed, is it right? Before going to getting into salt family, let me recall the names. First one is acid rain. The second one is tooth decay. And third one is acid rain, what we call to stomach acidity. Stomach acidity. And fourth one is what we have discussed, acid rain, tooth decay, stomach acidity. One more is self-defense by the animals. Self-defense, defense by the animals by injecting what we call, which acid? Methanoic acid. What we have discussed, one more thing is, let me recheck. This is a fifth topic. Before this, we have discussed about soil. Is it right? We have discussed one more is soil. pH of soil. pH of soil. Is it right? So these are the very, very important things. So here pH value of acid rain is less than 5.6. Then we call that rain is known as acid rain. And tooth decay is if the pH value is less than 5.5. And stomach acidity is by producing more HCl acid. And pH of soil is about near 7 to 7.8 or 7.5. If it is near to 7, then there is a good growth of plants. If it is less than 7 or greater than 7, so drastic growth or no growth of the plants. And then self-defense by the animals by injecting methanoic acid. Is it right? So 5 out of 5, these are very, very important. Keep it in mind. There is a chance to ask the question based on this pH value. Importance of pH value. Is it clear? So we'll continue in the next session about salt family. Okay. A salt family we'll discuss in the next session.